Hey everyone, it's Kelly Day coming to you live from Colorado. Welcome to my studio today. I want to talk with you about struggle. The struggle. The struggle is real or isn't it real? So for those of you who are struggling with your art and you have skills but you just feel like it's a struggle, that's what this is about today. I'm going to give you some tools, and for those of you who don't know me, this is Kelly Day. I'm a mixed media artist and an art mentor, and I help women go from dabbling to professional quality painting. Let's just jump right in. So I'm gonna have to look at my notes over here because blah blah blah, lots of wonderful technical difficulties today. So when I talk about struggle, first of all, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about crisis today. Okay, crisis is when you have a major health issue or you have a loss of a loved one. So that's not what we're talking about today. Crisis is a different issue. I'm talking about everyday struggle. So I've been hearing women saying lately and posting on social media, I'm struggling with my art. And that's what I want to talk about. Okay, so, a lot of artists have skills. They know how to paint and they get in a flow, and it's wonderful. And that's why everybody does this, right? But then they hit this point where it feels like a struggle. So if that's you, excuse me, I feel that you need to know that struggle is a mindset. When struggle becomes something that you hear yourself say often, I'm just really struggling right now, or I'm having a hard time, and you're hearing yourself saying that a lot, that is actually an old habit. And I'm saying this from personal experience. I grew up in a Midwestern family, and, we get handed down our old family generational habits and we don't even realize. And so, my dad's family was very poor. They struggled. The struggle was real to put food on their table, and everything was hard. But that gets handed down. And it feels like you learned to say those things that your parents and your grandparents said, but they're just old habits. They're not really real. So even though I had plenty of food on the table growing up, I still learned to look at life as a struggle because that's what I was taught. Okay? So this is what happens. And you might be of a struggle mindset and feel like life is hard a lot. And you don't even realize that that was just handed down to you. So today I'm going to give you the tools for how to break free of that in your art. So the first thing is to become aware. Are you hearing yourself, I'm struggling? Are you hearing yourself say, I'm struggling, I'm having a hard time? And when you're feeling like you're having a hard time often, that's something to catch yourself and just start to be aware of that. And the second thing is to ask yourself, am I really having a hard time, or am I just in a habit of defaulting to feeling like everything's hard? Okay, so here's how you begin to do that. And if you're here, say hi and let me know I can hear you. The first thing to do is to be aware of it. The second thing to do is to change the word. So if you feel like you're struggling all the time, changing a word in your language is a very powerful thing to do. Okay, because it can change your whole life to a more positive mindset. And then what happens is you attract more positive things in your life. And when that happens, guess what? You're not struggling as much anymore. So think of a new phrase or word that works for you that you could replace your old habit of saying I'm struggling with. Like, for example, one of my students just moved across the country. She has a new job, and I saw her post on social media, I'm really struggling with my art right now. So I suggested to her that she change that word to something like everything is as it should be. So I know you're probably rolling your eyes, but here's what I mean by that. If you move across the country and your whole life is uprooted and you have to start a new job, then yes, everything is as it should be. You're not going to be right back in the flow of your art again, okay? And you're going to need time to readjust and settle in. So is it a struggle, or is it just everything is as it should be? All right? And what I mean by that is, she doesn't have to jump right back into an art routine. It's time to give herself some grace and allow herself to settle in and unpack and organize her art studio. Everything is as it should be. Her art will start to flow again when she is settled in. Hey everyone, say hi if you're here. I can see you guys watching, and let me know if you can hear me. So what can you do when you feel like you're struggling with your art? Ask yourself first, instead of going right into that place of, oh, I'm struggling, everything's hard, catch that old habit that we just talked about, and ask yourself, why am I struggling? Why does it feel like you're struggling? Spend some time thinking about that, writing about it, instead of just going into your old habit. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. Is it that you're not motivated to go in your studio and paint? Is it that you've lost your inspiration and you're feeling a little blah? Is it that you're not finishing your paintings? Is it all of the above? Or is it that you just don't have support or a community to help lift you up when your energy's low? So break it down. Look at why you're struggling, okay? Instead of going into that old habit of just saying, I'm struggling. All right. Hi, Robin. Great to see you. Hi, Susan. Okay, take some time for yourself. We don't take enough time for ourselves. Give yourself some love. Allow yourself some quiet time. Allow yourself to do some writing and find out why this is happening to you, instead of just going back into your comfort zone of the struggle mentality. And you guys, it is a comfort zone, which is another way of saying it's an old habit. Hi, Laura. Like we said in the beginning of this video, okay? So I heard this wonderful quote by Deepak Chopra the other day. It said, we are all inextricably woven together. When we give ourselves love, it ripples out to the whole world. All right? So you guys, giving yourself love and time to sit with this is not selfish. It's something that's going to ripple out to the whole world. All right? So when you go into that struggle mentality, it's just an old habit. Hi, Susie. The hard, cold truth is that it's easier for you to just say you're having a hard time than to take the time to break the habit. All right? It's not your fault. You haven't been aware that it's a habit. Everybody thinks the struggle is real, but I'm here to tell you it's an old mindset habit. So now you're aware of it, and I'm giving you the tools to get out of it today. So ask yourself right now, do you want to have a hard time with your art? Obviously you don't. So don't take the easy way out and just say, I'm struggling. Because if you do, you won't grow. You'll just stay in the same place and you'll keep feeling like you're struggling over and over. All right, if you really want to elevate your life, take the time to go through those 5 things we've just talked about and find out why you're struggling. Is it because you don't want to get in the studio because you're not inspired? Is it because you can't start paintings? You can't figure out how to get started? Is it because you can't figure out how to finish them? All those things we just talked about. It's only then when you identify why it feels like you're struggling that you will break free of it. So let's say you discover the reason you're having a hard time with your art is because you don't feel inspired to go in your studio, okay? Once you figure out where you're struggling, that's where you can substitute your new phrase. Everything is as it should be. Or whatever word or phrase works for you. That's the one I like to use. But you might ask yourself, why is everything as it should be if you're not inspired to make art? Okay, and here's why. Because it's a sign to you to take better care of yourself and do some things you love to find more joy in your life. If you're not feeling inspired, it's a sign, okay? Once you dig into those reasons of why you feel like you're having a hard time is when you can truly make your life better and do something about it. Okay, so you have the control and the ability to get back on track with your art by doing that. And you might need to watch this video again and write some of those things down because I know I'm talking real fast. So this is a shift to get out of the struggle mindset. This is a chance to create a new habit and make your life better. Get off that old treadmill and make things better. I'm going to give you one more example in case this isn't making sense. So let's say you discover that the reason you feel like you're struggling with your art is because you don't know how to get started on a painting, or you just don't know how to finish your paintings lately. Now, okay, so now you have two choices. Once you realize why you feel like you're struggling, one, you can stay in that old familiar struggle tub. So warm, it's like a hot tub, you're in the struggle tub, it's just comfortable because you've always been there and you know how to struggle. And you could just say, I'm struggling. Or your second choice is you can get out of the struggle tub and you can take some quiet time and write and figure out, what's the opportunity here that life is asking of you? What is your opportunity to learn here? All right, and you'll come up with your own answers. Maybe it's that you need to spend more time in your studio experimenting, moving paint around. Maybe it's that you need to take some classes to get your mojo back again. Maybe you need to go out and just have fun and do something frivolous because life is getting too serious. Maybe you need a supportive art mentor like me. You know, whatever your answer is, that's your opportunity to make your life better. All right, so do that instead of sinking back into the old struggle tub and just saying, I'm struggling. So next time you hear those words forming on your lips, don't feel bad. Just see it as like a big neon sign asking you, what's the opportunity here? Because usually everything in life is exactly where it should be. Right now, how are you being challenged to make your life better? That's what your struggle is telling you. And will you accept that opportunity? Will you? Put a comment here. Do you want to get out of the struggle and start to find out where is everything as it should be? What's the opportunity here? Robin, yay, I'm glad you're liking this. So everything in your life is as it should be for now. Okay, and again, I'm not talking about crisis here. We're talking about that everyday feeling of struggling. Everything in your life is as it should be for you to grow and have a better day. Embrace it. Absolutely, Laura says. All right, and if you guys need help, I have opened up a few spots on my calendar this week to speak with a few of you who are ready to work with an art mentor, take your art to the next level. If that's you, you can book an art breakthrough call with me to talk about your art, find out where you're stuck, and we'll get a plan for what you need to move forward. And if I can help you, I'll show you what that looks like. If that's you, you can book your art breakthrough call with me at kelliedayart.com. Kellie with an IE, dayart.com/booking. Please don't book a call with me if you're just looking for free information. These calls are only for women who are ready to take their art to the next level now, invest in yourself, and make your life as an artist just the absolute best and happiest it can be. And if that's you, I'd love to talk with you. All right, you guys, leave a comment. I'll go in and I'll check them. I'll answer any questions you have if you're struggling. I know that mindset so well, but you can rise out of it and do your art again. So have a wonderful weekend. Bye.